Coming up on R&B Reviews, another popular game gets the big screen treatment. It's my review of the Angry Birds. Thanks for checking out R&B Reviews. I'm Rob. The Angry Birds movie is an animated adaptation of the popular video game. The movie follows Red, voiced by Jason Sudeikis, who lives on an island populated entirely by birds. Red has anger problems that he takes out on some of the other birds, including his anger management group. That includes a fast yellow bird named Chuck, and Bomb, who you can guess by its name explodes every time he gets angry. Now one day a ship containing green pigs show up, but Red feels that these pigs are up to something, but when the citizens of Bird Island don't listen, it's up to these three angry misfits to save the day. Now this was one of the movies that I was looking forward to this summer. For those of you that regularly watch the channel, I did a special video where I did a sort of list of the movies that I was looking forward to for the summer of 2016. Now, I gotta say, before I went to see this movie, I never really played Angry Birds, the game, but I'm familiar enough with it, and I've also seen toy versions of the characters here and there, so something I will say is that the trailers, I think, did a good job of getting somebody like me excited about the movie, despite, not actively playing the game. But in the end, I left the film just a little bit underwhelmed. But some of the things that I liked about the Angry Birds movie was I really enjoyed Red, and I think Jason Sudeikis' voice fit the character very well. I enjoyed seeing how Red is, we see his backstory. We also see how he's dedicated and he does his best, but everybody doesn't seem to appreciate him when he does stuff. I think Sudeikis really did a good job at bringing out Red's frustration. One, for example, is, like I mentioned in the story synopsis, Red tries to warn the other bird characters about the pigs, and they don't believe him. I think the rest of the voiceover cast was also pretty good. Josh Gad from Frozen and the recent movie Pixels I thought worked very well as the Hyper Chuck, and Danny McBride was Bomb. Sometimes with animated films, the studios get actors where you can easily tell it's a very famous actor, and it sometimes can be distracting, but here I think they did a good job at finding the right voices that really brought out the character's personality. A very interesting casting was Sean Penn does the, I guess you could say, voice of Terrence, a big bird that that's in anger management with the other characters, and he mainly grunts and chuckles. I gotta say he does good, but I'm sometimes wondering why they got a well-known name to do something simple like that. The animation itself I thought was really good, and I thought the characters and the look of the movie was well done. But what I found underwhelming about the Angry Birds movie was that I just didn't think it was as funny as it could have been. I did get a few chuckles here and there, but there were some jokes like Red's snappy remarks that for some reason just didn't hit the mark. And I could tell that they were supposed to be funny, but for some reason just didn't come across that. The movie is full of jokes that are, for adults and for kids that they can enjoy, but some of the adult jokes I thought were not as subtle as they could have been. Like, for example, look at the movie Shrek, the first Shrek movie. There's jokes where, that the same joke, like, there's the joke about where Shrek and Donkey are talking about how small, John Lithgow's, Prince character is. That joke can be interpreted by kids one way and adults another way, and it's, very clever. But here they make it a little bit more obvious, and it's not really subtle. For example, the joke that comes to mind for me is there's a part where Red is walking through town, and he's stopped by a crossing guard, and there's a family that crosses in front of him that's got, made up of little birds, and he says something like, "Haven't you guys heard of bird control?" I know it's a word on play, but, something like that I think, maybe adults will get into, but the kids will be like, "What's that?" Another plus that I liked about Angry Birds movie was, I liked one of the themes of the movie about, asking questions. Red is constantly asking questions about what is going on, what are the pigs up to, what's going on, and the other characters are just, accepting these fun, new animals that they've never seen before, without asking any questions. The Angry Birds movie moves at a quick pace, and I didn't think it was really that boring, but I think this might be more of a good viewing at home on a rainy day. I don't think it's a horrible movie, but for me, I just ended up leaving the theater, like I said, feeling a little bit underwhelming. So for that, I'm going to give the Angry Birds movie a rent-it rating. Alright, well, I'm going to go ahead and open the floor to you. What did you think of the Angry Birds movie? Did you perhaps enjoy it more than I did? Did you not enjoy it at all? Go ahead and post your comments. And thank you very much for watching.